Hey, welcome back, everybody. I just gave you $40,000 today. It's day 4 of the Next Gold Rush Toolkit, and we get to start off with $40,000. And I want to tell you what I did with mine. Today, day 4, it's Saturday, October 25th, 2025. It's the next day of the rest of our lives. So what I did with my abundance today of 40,000 imaginary dollars, this is imaginary, but it's there to put us in the vibration of what that money would feel like in our bank right now. And so what I did for freedom and security is I put $20,000 towards my credit card debt and the loan on my pilot that I'm in. I put $10K on my Chase credit card. I put $3,500 on my Amex and $6,500 towards my car loan on this thing. And then for legacy and creativity, I spent $2,500 on Halloween decorations for the house and food. So this Halloween night, Friday night, in my imaginary timeline and world, you come to Brian's house and there's going to be a party with DJ and all the Halloween decorations you could imagine, beer, wine, sodas, and all organic stuff for the kids. It's going to be awesome, and I'll be sitting there on my crutches just handing out candy. I can't wait. For generosity and service, I gave $2,500 to the Players Theater of Sarasota. They are celebrating their, I think it's their 96th year, and my daughters Joya and Grace are a very integral part of that group. Joya, just today, she went and auditioned for Percy Jackson, the Lightning Thief, and I figure with the $2,500, contribution, they'll probably take that into consideration for the lead roles for her. No, she don't need my help. And also for Grace is in Metamorphosis that's coming up real soon. If you're in the Sarasota area, I highly recommend it. She's so talented, and yeah, so I'm gonna continue to pump money into that. It's a great place. If you can't afford to be there, they will find a way to pay for you to be there if you want to get involved in the musical theater arts. And they take you from ages 7 to 97 and beyond. So that's what I'm doing with my generosity for joy and play. I'm putting $2,500. I'm going to Johnny Lewis's Moto Anatomy Slide School, the Royal Enfield Slide School that they have in conjunction the week before with Corey Texter's promotions, Winter Throwdown flat track race is one of the biggest non AMA sanctioned, maybe it is AMA sanctioned, sorry about that, Corey, that's not on the national trail. And it's, if you love the sport of flat track motorcycle racing, Corey Texter and Shane Texter, their father Randy Texter was one of the most talented motorcycle racers to ever throw a leg over. So I'm going to that with having a blast, getting around my motorcycle piece. That's in January, so it's paid for, and heading up there for that. And then for expansion, that was adventure, luxury, joy, and play. I kind of lumped them together, $5,000 for that. Oh, and then I'm gonna put an extra $1,000 into the pro purse at the Winter Throwdown with that $5,000. The next thing I did on expansion and seed money, I put $10,000 into my not-for-profit called $100 hand-ups. And what that is basically, again, just like this game is here to raise the vibration, raise our vibration around abundance, joy, money. Imagine if somebody asked you for, change wherever, and you handed them a $100 Walmart gift card or $100 cash, or, just imagine how they would feel. And with $10,000, you know, that's $1,100 handouts, and I want to start it right here in Sarasota. You know, a lot of people are really struggling, and imagine if you just had $100 in your pocket right now. Like, you know, you could buy a nice dinner for your family tonight. You'd probably have to cook it, but you know, there's a lot of things that you could do. But that feeling of helping somebody maybe get a warm meal, or spend a night in a hotel room where they could shower and shave and just feel good, you know. Yeah, so that's my dream, and that's what I'm doing on day 4. And if you're following along in the Next Gold Rush Toolkit, please, even if you're not, you know, you can use just any kind of journal, you know, a notebook, whatever, and just follow along. And I want to, again, I want to hear, you know, if you want to do this, if you want to raise your vibration around money, and I want to know where you're from, you know, Schenectady, New York, or freaking Bangladesh, you know, like wherever in the world that you're listening and watching this, just know that you're a part of something really special. I believe that to be true. I know it's changing my life, just getting my heart thinking about what that would be like, instead of thinking about being strapped in debt. And as we do that, please share with me what you're doing in the comments. Put down below, like, you know, okay, 40,000 or whatever that is in your currency. Whatever makes you feel good, you know, paying off bills, or giving the money to grandma who bailed your ass out of jail, or whatever, you know, like you know your story, and only you can do that. So and then also, you know, there's a whole notes section in the back. When you start seeing these manifestations come into your life, write them down, you know, keep a nice log and journal for yourself of what you're seeing happening, just for changing your vibration. So that's it for day 4. You know, if you want, I'm going to talk about some things that I did today to change some habits. But if you want to come back for day 5 and see that, but stick around if you want to hear about how my morning went. I came across a video from Soma Chaya on YouTube, and I highly recommend you follow her. She can really help you get into that mindset and the frequency of abundance and manifestation, and how we create our own reality. And so today, it's a very special day for me. October has always been a very intense month for me throughout my life. You know, my mother, when she died, it was October, you know, it was right, well, I mean, it was November that she took her life, but that month leading up to that was just so tumultuous for all of us. And you know, even as near as last October, really discovering more about myself. I just literally stopped hating myself in that time. I was learning how to transform, really step into my power, into my vision for what I really believe life can be. And it took some really intense choices, and you know, and I know that those, it hurt people, but it also really helped me. And now, fast forward to this October, I can't even imagine what next October is going to look like, because today I started a daily practice. And that's one thing Sonia Romano, my therapist, my rapid resolution therapist, who sees our whole family, she asked me in our last session, you know, what's your daily routine, your morning routine when you wake up? And the first thing that happens is my cat Bruce is like screaming at me because he wants me to feed him. So usually that's the first thing I do, is feed the cat. And that's a whole process. That's like a 3-stage deal. You know, anyway, I give him the soft food, and then he eats that, and then he cries at me some more. I give him this chunky food, his little kibble. And then after that, then he wants his catnip or milk or whatever. So yeah, that's how usually it starts. And then, you know, hopefully I can hold it and go poop after that, because otherwise he's just going to cry at me. But yeah, so that was kind of, and then I'd make a cup of coffee. That's what I do. But today And I started this yesterday. I started a whole list of a whole list of affirmations. And they have a lot to do with abundance and money and everything. And I got these from one of my wonderful customers, Catherine Kerr. If you I showed you her book that she wrote. Anyway, so she gave a bunch of these to me, and that's what I did. I wrote them all out. And then today I wrote, I align my vibration to the frequency of love. And then for love, you know, the Bible even, you know, love in the Bible, there's in the New Testament, there's a scripture that says love is patient, love is kind, it is not rude, it's not self-serving. It just goes on and describes what agape love is, you know, that love that I really believe is our highest frequency that we could obtain as human beings. And so that's what I did. I had my citrine and my abundance crystal from my magnification crystal from Esther Hicks, right there as I said it. And you know, I'm aligning my vibration to the frequency of patience, of kindness, of joy, compassion, forgiveness, empathy, humility, eternity, provision, passion, and abundance. And that's the work, because all of us are faced with challenges right now. I know I am. I'm in a very the situation that I'm in is no longer sustainable with the way I've been, and I know that I have to, you know, like step into that whole new version of myself in order to see all this come to fruition. I just know that. So I am trusting that all that is coming my way, and this month has been a major shift for me. And I don't know about you, but like I'll wake up in the morning and I'll just be like, oh God, how am I going to pay for all this stuff? You know? And then immediately I'm like, okay, wait a minute, that's the old you, and it's okay. You love it. You shine the light on it. And you give it the love, the unconditional love that it deserves, because I'm learning that the most important thing that I can do is I can pour all this love into myself and let that overflow. And thank you for being a part of this. If you've hung out this long, you know, put like a shamrock, the little lucky shamrock, or, you know, leprechaun, or the rainbow pot of gold. You're here. Like, we're in this together. And thank you so much. We just, you know, surpassed 100 subscribers on YouTube, which is huge. I mean, that for me, that's just what a major milestone. And I hope that we can all, you know, grow this together. It's just a vibe tribe. We're doing things differently, and it feels really good. And I'm super, super proud and happy to have you along on this journey. So, yeah, again, if you made it this long, I appreciate it. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you on day 5.